Bruce, you must have something really good too.
Of course I do. It's Bruce Danielson, and I guess I'm here to entertain you too. I'm Bruce Danielson in Sioux Falls, 6704 West 9th. I wanted to speak the other night at the school board meeting and I was told about I was a couple minutes late. So anyway, I wanted to talk about transparency and issues that we're having around what had gone on with this recently passed bond election. That we've been looking at all the different bond issues that have gone around in the state in the last few years, and none of them passed the first time around, or almost none. I believe Alcester might have passed on their first attempt to get a new high school. We've not been critical of getting new schools because everybody needs schools. We've just had this growth burst in Sioux Falls, and we know that that's an issue. But I asked for some information on September 27th for some information on the being able to audit all of the school election information, including the ballots. South Dakota has a sunshine law. When I was in Pierre working back about 40 years ago, all of this was passed. And it's section 127.1. And I've asked to have the ability, I've been working with different news media organizations and citizens that are willing to come in and audit all of the records and the processes of the election. I was chairman of the Minnehaha County Election Review Committee in 2015. And we found a lot of problems with the way the elections had been run in our county, and especially in our city, school board included, for years. And it caused a lot of confusion, and people weren't able to show up and vote at the right places. I've heard a lot of information from people since this election. They went to where they thought they could vote, they couldn't, and they couldn't get to where they needed to vote. Problem we had, and I'll leave these copies with the board here in case you haven't seen them, but I found at least 13 issues before the polls had closed in the way that this election had been structured. Then after we watched the process in this room of tabulating the votes, we had problems. There is a situation here where we have no audit path. And that's a real problem in elections. People that were sitting in this room did the best job they could. I talked to poll workers who were working that day as I went around, as I always do, and checked with several polling locations. And they were telling me that they had problems in that process. I would really like to be able to bring the media in and show how the process was done and make suggestions so that the fiascos that happened during this election never happen again. So I will leave this information.
Thank you.
And we'll go from there.
Appreciate it.
What kind of morons run this outfit?